What is up? What is up? Welcome to the show. It's the Eternal Skunk Show.
It is.
And I'm your co-host, Cody Rose, alongside of our good buddy O.
And I'm high as fuck.
As usual. Well, at least you're not, like, punishing your boner. Wasn't that one of your things earlier in the podcast?
Boner punishing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta make it your bitch sometimes, but yeah, it's actually pretty friendly right now. He's sleepy.
The friendly boner.
Yeah, he's more of a happy chub.
Yeah, well, you and your boner can keep to themselves. And, yeah, so welcome to the show. We're back, and I think we're going to be kind of in a regular routine now.
A little bit of one. We have this awesome studio with an indoor shower. It's pretty ballin'. Ohio State is beating Maryland, who beat the Badgers, so that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, we've got a TV screen on here, so if we do get sidetracked or if we say something that's like, wait a minute, what they weren't talking about that a minute ago. We have ADD, sort of, some more than others, and so we may be distracted by things we see on TV.
Oh, look, a car.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
We're at my place, dude. You should be used to seeing cars everywhere. They're everywhere.
And there's literally 0 cars in this room, though. So
There's two right there.
No, lying. That's a picture of your mom and your dad.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, just want to remind you to visit our Twitter. It's at Eternal Skunk, which we both kind of maintain.
It's a fun way to get in touch with us.
I would say some of O's tweets are some of the most entertaining.
Oh.
They're angry too, yes.
At Eternal Skunk, that's the Twitter handle. So tweet at us, please, because birds without shitting is not a bird that I'd like to see. So let's make our own Eternal Skunk shitter.
You know, and it actually reminds me, whatever happened to our telephone number? We stopped getting phone calls from the people. They don't. Yeah. Do they not know the number?
What the fuck, shithogs? Pick up a motherfucking telephone and call us.
It's easy to remember. It's 240-50 So just call it, leave a message, and there we go. And I'm thinking later in the show we're actually going to have a topic that people we'll ask a question, and maybe you're just shy. Maybe you don't know what you want to say. And we'll give you some ideas later in the show.
You can disguise your voice. You don't even have to leave a name, or you can be as sexy as you want and leave a number. That's
could just make excretion sounds on the telephone. I mean, just anything really.
What's an excretion sound? Oh, like a poop noise? You want people to literally pick up the phone and shit into the phone?
What did I get myself into?
It's going to suck more for them because they got to smell it, but shithogs, fart into these phones. We want at least 10 fart messages to play next week. Longest one wins a t-shirt. I don't know what kind of t-shirt, but you'll win it. Just give me an address. I'll send it to you.
What if you drop your phone in the toilet while you're trying to record it?
Well, that's why I would hope that they're not real poos, but you never know. So I know some of these people out there don't have self-control when it comes to
anything
phones. Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's an addiction out there where people, constantly have to poop, and when they're pooping, they're on their phone. I don't know if you've ever heard anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think it's insane.
I pretty much do that on a regular.
What? You're one of these people that are addicted to pooping and phoning at the same time?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I could just sit there and poop, or I can be multitasking. I'd prefer to be doing other things. Like, I use that as my time to get away from everybody, so I can get in my little zone.
Yeah.
Do what I need to do. In fact, I don't really even want to be in there in the first place. I have to be there, so I'm doing.
So you don't even like to poop. It doesn't you don't like it to hurt. You got hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. Sometimes it just takes time out of my day. Like, I'd rather.
It just
I love sitting, but I don't love shitting.
Okay, so that 15 minutes that it might take to.
Oh, it doesn't take me that long, man. I'm in and out, man. Get me the fuck on the road. Really? I got shit to do.
Do you even wipe? Sometimes.
I mean, it depends on.
You know what the toilet paper is for, right?
Yeah, it's for spitting your gum in.
Yeah.
Putting in the garbage.
Well, yeah. Okay, so we're all on the same page there.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody told me one time that you're supposed to use that to wipe your ass, but I just laugh. I'm like, come on.
What's an ass? People are dumb. Anyway, pooping on.
Okay, so we got the Super Bowl coming up.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I bet you're excited, aren't you?
This is going to be a good one. 2 super teams in there playing for a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. You know, the thing that irritates me the most, besides just the Packers losing to the Seahawks and the Patriots, like the football, whatever it's called, Deflategate or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the softballs Tom Brady likes.
I've always really hated both of these teams before any of this.
Really?
And-
Okay, so what was your
What
beef
would
with,
make you say that?
what was your beef with Seattle prior to like 2006?
Well, okay. Prior,
like was it
Mike
was it,
Holmgren.
did you Mike Holmgren? Oh,
Mike
okay.
Holmgren.
Well, I was gonna say, was it like the
I didn't-
Kingdom? Did that make you mad when they tore it down?
No.
I love
their
Starbucks.
their stadium irritates me, and how it's like an engineered noise creation.
I think they pump that shit in. I don't. People in Seattle are too fucking stoned and stupid.
You could say that about a lot of stadiums.
No, certainly not in Texas. I bet you there's a lot less stoners in Texas and Seattle.
You think?
I know. Nobody in I'm pretty sure if you look like me, I'm pretty sure weed in Texas isn't cool.
Well, I think in Texas, that's like a big time. You get in big trouble. You might as well have like shot the governor.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, oh my god, JFK killing and weed.
Yeah.
You're the worst of the worst. And I mean Texas, and what I'm saying that.
So are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch the game? Are you? I mean,
I'll probably watch some of it. I mean,
is there like a Super Bowl party that somebody's having that you're just
nope. I'll probably just sit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint a pentagram on the ground. I'm gonna do this the night before, but I'm gonna paint a pentagram on the ground. I'm gonna go buy. You remember those quarter machines that you could do when you were like a little kid and you could get a football helmet?
Oh sure.
Well,
yeah.
I found one that's over by the ghetto mall. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna keep pumping that bitch full of quarters until I get a Seahawks helmet, until I get a Patriots helmet.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna do a pentagram and I'm gonna pray to whatever sort of god of football there is. I don't know. Is that
Paul
God L?
Tagliabue?
The ghost of Paul Tagliabue for sure. We'll do and Art Monk. I'm hoping he's part of this too, just as a spectator. I don't care.
Sure.
And I'm gonna make them so on the plane ride there, they're all gonna get the norovirus, and what that will do is basically make them shit like a cannonball out of their ass for like the next 2 weeks. And I want both teams to get that so they cannot play the game, and it's simply just there is no Super Bowl this year. If I could have it my
canceled.
way. They would just have no Super Bowl. The Pro Bowl
The
was
shit
the
bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I could. Did you watch the Pro Bowl at all? Exactly.
I didn't even know it was on. I was like, hey, what's on ESPN? I'm like, oh, the Pro Bowl. Huh.
Well,
I don't even think they advertised it.
it wasn't like I'm used to the Pro Bowl where you turn it on and it says like NFC, AFC, not Dion versus.
Yeah, pretty much. Now it's like a Snickers commercial.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Strahan's here. Goody too. Everybody's here. Everybody that was in the Hall of Fame in 2010 is here. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks ESPN for keeping it cool.
They don't play in Hawaii anymore, do they? Or is
No, I
that-
think they do.
Do they?
Yeah, I think
thought it was like in the Super Bowl city or something.
Would they take that away from Hawaiians? I mean, they don't got a whole lot but spam.
In Temple University or what? There's like a college out there that
The University of Hawaii?
there's that one and there's another one. It's like Xavier or something. I don't know.
Xavier's in Ohio.
Anyway,
Oh no! In Temple?
we'll figure that out. But the Pro Bowl was in
It was in. I'm pretty sure we all just
University
dreamed
of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
it. Oh look! Oh okay. So I guess they don't. That sucks to be Hawaiian nowadays.
Yeah, no
'cause
kidding.
You don't even get to watch.
No,
You know what's another way of me not wanting to watch this goddamn Super Bowl is it's fucking on NBC, and I hate
oh crazy.
Chris Collinsworth. Chris Collinsworth. I wish like why do all the cool people in Cincinnati got to die? You know, Chris Henry. What was up with that? Why
Yeah.
can't it be Chris Collinsworth? He was a loser Bengal. I hate that guy. I hate everything he says that comes out of his mouth.
I like him.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Okay.
Are you in like with him?
No, I'm not in like with him.
Are you serious? You
it's not
fucking
Man Crush
like Chris?
Monday.
I literally am about to walk out this fucking room.
Oh,
Chris Collinsworth.
He's entertained. Like
No, he's not.
No. He brings to the NFL broadcast the same thing that Darryl Waltrip does. He's annoying. He's been there. He's done a lot of the things, but he just brings like not the what Joe Buck. Joe Buck's like the professional, and like he's just.
All I want to do is hug Joe Buck.
I like Joe Buck. I do like Joe Buck.
And here you are
I'm not.
with your
Okay,
fat
do you want
head
me-
on the
do you want me
wall
to
of
rank
Chris
it?
Collinsworth, praying to him. Your pentagram is
Al
to
Michaels.
Prince Collinsworth.
Al Michaels number one.
Al Michaels is a drunk asshole.
That's why I like him.
Whatever.
and followed shortly thereafter by Pat Summerall.
Pat Summerall's dead.
Exactly.
Pat Summerall, you got okay. Current only.
Okay, current. Okay.
These people have to be alive.
No.
Currently talking.
Al Michaels bumped down to number 2. We'll get back to number 1 in a second.
That's not how rankings work.
We're gonna get back to number 1 in just a second. Followed by, I'm gonna put Troy Aikman up there. I do like him, although when he plays when we're against the Packers,
ladies and gentlemen, this might be the last of these Eternal Skunks podcasts. If anything, we won't be watching football games together.
Well, we never do because we're radical left wing, right wing football fans. Is that what they call them? Left? Maybe it's north end zone, south end zone.
So we both don't root for the Packers? I guess I don't.
No. It's not like that. I mean, we both root for the Packers. We're both big Packer fans, but I think the things that we like about the game and the things we dislike about the game, we have different.
So you're in it for the kicking and the special teams.
No, you are in it for the special teams, motherfucker. Don't you put that on me.
Where I'm in it for the offense and the defense.
I'm in it for the cheerleaders. That's it.
Well, you're rooting for the wrong team then, my friend, because I think the Packer cheerleaders are pretty much rejects from like
UWGB.
I don't even think they're real cheerleaders. I think they just work at like the ice cream company down the road from Lambeau, and like they're like, "Hey, big girls, you want to come and jump around?" They're like, "Sure." Write it off their insurance premium.
Anyway, number 1 on the list. Can you just take a guess real quick?
Oh, favorite announcers?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Chris Collinsworth.
It's not Chris Collinsworth.
Is it? Does he announce football? Am I gonna know him?
He is a Monday Night Football
Oh,
analyst.
Gruden. Oh yeah. Well, Gruden doesn't
count.
count.
He
Gruden
doesn't count
as an announcer. He just counts as a football god.
Okay, yeah.
Gruden's probably just the greatest everything.
So you take him off the list, and everybody gets moved up a spot.
I don't even know who Gruden's counterpart is because
Nobody cares.
yeah, it's all I hear is Gruden talk, and when the other guy talks, he's just wrong.
Is it Al Michaels?
And I'm waiting for Gruden to correct him.
No, Al Michaels is Sunday night.
Al Michaels is with that boner Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
They go like this, where I'm making kissing actions with my fingers. That's Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels Sunday morning.
I get why you lost your love for Chris Collinsworth. No, let me back that up before I say that. I didn't mean what I just said. You've hated Chris Collinsworth because you play too much Madden with him in it. That's got to be what it is.
I've never liked Chris Collinsworth.
Really?
No. Do you know Madden had different announcers for a long time?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It wasn't Chris Collinsworth is just the current one. I don't even play with the announcers. I turn that shit off and listen to music.
Chris Collinsworth.
No, always.
Okay, fair enough.
There's never anything that I want to hear in the football game that I can't see. What are they going to say? Good run.
Yeah.
I know I did
Inside,
it, retard.
yeah.
I did it, motherfucker. I was the one that
I'm
doing
there.
it. Yeah. The other team scored. Really? Oh, shit. Like, what am I going to...
That's the end of the second half.
Yeah. Oh, no
Is
shit.
that what that big graphic was across my screen?
Oh, shit. The clock told me that, so I don't fucking need that stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Put it, like, what I do is I pop in my earphones
Sure.
and I listen to small mammals having sex. Squirrels, rabbits, your various vermin.
Sure.
Things like that. Never a skunk because I don't want to,
You don't mix work and pleasure, work and play?
well, you don't know what I'm doing in the bathroom when I'm here, but so we'll say yeah. Yeah. But
All right.
anyway, there's a thing that these animals do. They scream when they're about to orgasm. It's amazing. So who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, I think it's going to be Seattle.
Really?
Yep. Back-to-back Super Bowl.
Because they're going to be checking the balls before the game. And
You think that's going to play a major factor?
Well, they're certainly going to talk about it. That's for sure.
They certainly have talked a lot about the deflated footballs. Do you think that played into that championship game at all? Do you think?
I think every team has their own little tricks of the trade or whatever you want to call it, where you spray something on your jersey, it makes you more slippery. You take a pound of PSI out of the ball, makes it easier to grip. You put, like kicker. You ever watch a kicker? Dude, kickers are
they do real weird things.
They
with the ball.
they're like
stretching it,
basically,
like weird, pushing it in.
Yeah,
and
they're like, where did the man touch you? Kind of doll, fucking with it, like here and here and here and everywhere. And yeah, I just think people fuck around, and on the sidelines, I think you might be. Who knows what's going on?
But
I think these teams are the rules are meant to be kind of
a gray area.
Yeah, and I think that they kind of just do it, and nobody's catching them. They got bigger fish to fry. They got Ray Rices to counsel, and they got freaking anything else that is going on. They got Goodell to freaking pay attention to, and they got to make sure that Rex Ryan's voice is heard. And
Right.
they got to make sure that Tom Brady gets airplay, and they got to make sure that, they don't talk, like Marshawn Lynch gets more airtime, and that's the exact opposite of what he wants.
Exactly. And I don't understand why he does that. Like, what is he gaining from it? What's his beef with the media?
Some people just don't want to fuck with shit like that, man. Some people just don't want to do it. The guy wants to play football. He doesn't want to go and talk to the media and answer questions. His role on the team is not a question answerer.
Sure.
His role on the team is the running back.
Yeah.
To score touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like,
so I mean, like,
maybe he should have been like a lineman. Nobody wants to talk to the lineman.
It'd be different if he didn't show up for like team pictures, or if he wouldn't, if he wasn't showing up for like stuff like that, or
Practice.
yeah, but that's not even related. Team pictures is like something that they, or like
You're
an event-
mandated to do, but it's not really.
yeah, or like something that the team goes out where they all like help sick kids at the hospital or something
Sure.
like that. But this is just idiot reporters asking questions, and I think they're kind of picking on the guy.
Well, now that he kind of set himself up for this.
Well, and I think now too he's probably just. I think before it seemed like, because they all knew about it, and this has been going on for a long time. And I think now the guy, I mean, if it was me, I would just be having fun with it.
Well, I
Maybe
think that's what he's doing
too.
at this point. I mean, I'm just here to not get a fine. I'm just here to not get the fine. Like,
Whatever.
come on, man. I mean, it just seems silly to me.
Marshawn Lynch pretty much was my fantasy running back.
I remember when you
so-
wanted him. Was he
Packers to get him. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers made a play for him, but he had a little bit of a checkered past, I guess. Or, maybe he wanted too much money. I don't know, but
It's a combination of things.
He certainly produced. There's no doubt about that.
And in Green Bay, they don't put up with that shit for very long. In fact, they don't. If there's a chance of there being that shit, it just doesn't
His
happen.
name is Nick Barnett.
Well, where's Nick Barnett? How much longer after all that bullshit did he stick around?
Seems like Nick Barnett was here for way too long.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Do you think they'll cut AJ Hawk this year? Speaking of crappy middle linebackers, do you think?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Curses. I hate that asshole.
I mean, he's not great. He's not great, but I mean, you gotta have a better player there.
I don't think he's even at this point serviceable.
I don't know. He played better this year than he did in the last 2 years.
Disagree.
He was out there. He was on the field
He lost his starting job this year.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he wasn't injured. He wasn't out of
yeah, they're like, realize he sucks.
Well, yeah.
They realize that, wow, what's the missing piece? Why can't we get a pass rush? Huh? Nothing up the middle.
What's that stupid thing with his helmet always flying off? Like,
because
I get distracted by just how many times his fucking helmet flies off.
Because AJ Hawk is nothing but.
Was it the hair that kept it in there in the first place? He just got the same helmet from the last 4 years with all that hair.
He's a bird. He's a hawk.
He's a hawk.
He's a chicken hawk. He's a shit hawk.
Which his podcast gets more listens than ours.
Does he have a podcast?
Yeah.
We should see if he wants to be a guest on ours.
Okay. Hey, so we were talking shit about you 2 weeks ago. Hey, you want to be on our podcast?
Do you want to back your shit up? Mr. Ohio fucking State? Piece of shit. Fuck you, AJ Hawk, and your gay-ass podcast. I hope you get norovirus, too.
Aw, poor AJ Hawk. His wife's not.
I don't care. His wife's Brady Quinn's sister.
Yeah, well.
She's surrounded by losers. Why isn't she...
He's just a cancer to all men in
Why isn't she
her
banging
vicinity.
Tom Brady?
Well,
She bagged herself a winner. Did you ever see AJ Hawk? He looks like he got hit by a car.
yeah.
Seriously.
Well,
And he's not rich. I mean, I guess he's got money, but he's not. She must not be that hot. She must have something wrong with her vagina.
you can smell it from the neighbor's house.
Or maybe it's just a wiener.
So the Seahawks are going for the back-to-back. It's been done 7 times in the history of the league.
Yeah. That's hard. It's hard to do. Packers almost did it twice, but we lost to Denver.
Yep. And then Denver went and did it twice after that.
Yeah.
Followed it up with back-to-back.
Yep. That's true. The Elway ended it like as good as anybody could have.
I was so
I think
mad.
I think that's what Manning was trying to do in Denver is follow Elway.
Do you think this will be Manning's last year?
Based on the last 4 months of his season, it should be, man. He was throwing some ducks. I'm not saying that he's not smart.
He's
and
been
I'm not
throwing
saying,
ducks since 2004, or probably before that even.
2004. He would have been 27.
Yeah, he's been throwing ducks for a long time, man.
First off,
Let's
I
roll the
know
beautiful
you're-
bean footage.
Well, no, we're not watching Peyton Manning highlights. That's the last thing we're gonna do.
Okay,
but first
fair
off,
enough.
I know you're not a Tennessee fan,
No,
and I know you're not a Colts fan.
no.
So,
So I have no knowledge in what.
well, I'm
you're
just
trying to
wondering,
say.
like Peyton Manning, the most like prolific passer of all
Yeah,
time.
well, he's a great decision maker, and he's a great. He can.
and you just think
He can read the defense and
but you
audible
just
and
don't
all
think
that
he's
shit.
got any zip on the ball.
He's got it some of the time.
I think
He doesn't have the well.
Last year it showed itself in the Super Bowl. This year it showed itself half the season. Next year it'll be all season. Peyton Manning should retire now while he's still.
He's got the nickname Peyton Mallard,
Well,
and I don't think that's something. I don't think that's new.
only Papa John calls me that. When they're eating pizza together after eating edibles.
Yeah, yep.
Peyton Manning should just sit back, cash Papa John checks, and move on.
Yeah, he doesn't need them.
The NFL doesn't need him anymore.
He's not. No.
There's other people that people should be buying their jerseys. There's other people that they should be showcasing. But Peyton Manning just continues to say, like, hey, look at me. Nobody else deserves to play. It's not a middle-aged man's game. It's for, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why you play it when you get out of college and
Yep.
don't go to the Army first and then play it when you get back. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure that
Uh-huh.
happens, but it's not the norm. But, like, you can't just play, you know what I mean? Like, there's exceptions, and they're usually the kickers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Favre, you know what I mean? But he was,
There are
39?
exceptions. There's exceptions.
Yeah.
It's not the.
They're the
norm.
exceptions to the rule.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you don't... Like, Aaron Rodgers is already... He's 31. He's got, like, He's got two prime years left.
Elite years.
Yeah, elite prime years. And then maybe 3... above average years.
Yeah,
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like, he's not too, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just the shit goes by fast, and I don't want to see a 40-year-old Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see a freaking 40-year-old Peyton Manning or
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
move on, guys. Tom Brady has done more. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, both Super Bowl champions. Peyton Manning's won like the MVP every year since like 2004. He's like the NFL's only MVP.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't give it to anybody else. They're only interested in Peyton Manning. So it's move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Get these, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's still popular and he's produces. Nobody's going to doubt him there. But you look like a fucking fool out there. You look old. Peyton Manning hasn't been able to move in the pocket ever.
No, not
So,
ever.
He's literally, and with his neck, I don't know. I have the same neck injury.
Do
And, yeah, we both had, well, I don't think he broke, I broke it, but
Sure.
it's the same, whatever.
Vertebrae
It's the
or
same,
whatever.
yeah, same vertebrae. And like, right when they tell you, it's the one below it is you're paralyzed.
Sure.
So, I don't know. It's stupid to fucking,
He's had at least 2 surgeries on it, and
he got stem cells put into, he got like stem cell
oh yeah,
procedures
that's right. He
done.
went to like
He went to France
Germany or
for it,
something. Yeah.
He's a wiener. Tom Brady too. Time to retire, guys. Tom Brady, and I heard a
Do you
thing
think
that
Brady could retire on the? I mean, I don't.
he
see
says
him.
he wants to play till 40.
I could.
Tom
see
Brady
it.
says that. Belichick does. Tom Brady's dad says he's going to be a sad ending for Tom Brady if that's
You
what he
think?
thinks. Yeah, that's what his dad said.
I remember earlier this year, at the start of the year, they were talking about benching him. They were talking
that
about
would
pulling him
never
out,
happen. That
and the coach was like, "No,
I don't even.
it's not
Their
gonna happen."
backup, I think, is okay, but I'm not quite. Well, I guess I'm not quite sure who it is. I think they're. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I'm not
Fair
sure.
enough. So, who's your pick then for the Super Bowl?
Norovirus.
Good answer. All right. So we got some other things we can talk about here. This week in history, we have a couple of
I
things.
like history.
I thought what we could do is I'll read off some events, and you can try to guess when it was or fill in the blanks.
All right. Pitch one at me. We'll see what happens.
Pitch one at you. Oh, okay. Well, how about we do a baseball one right off the start?
All right.
This week in history, 1936 was the first ever Baseball Hall of Fame inductees.
Yeah.
Were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Can you guess who some of them were? Do you know who the first ballot Hall of Fame inductees, the first ever
From like in the
the
fuck.
first ever one?
Well, I bet you none of them are black. Holy fuck! Maybe like Shoeless Joe Jackson. Is he on there?
Nope. Unless his name is Walter Johnson.
No. Well, no.
He made it on there.
Spoiler alert.
Christy Mathewson. Is that a name?
I've heard of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other ones you've heard of as well.
First Sandy Koufax.
Nope.
Is he on there?
Nope.
I don't know. Babe
Honus
Ruth?
Wagner was on there.
Oh, okay.
Babe Ruth, yes. Babe Ruth was one of them.
Oh, okay. Ted Williams.
Ty Cobb.
Oh, okay. Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth. Oh, wow.
Ty
okay.
Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson, the first ever Baseball Hall of Fame inductees.
It's like
This week in 1930.
it's like the most unique names ever, and then Walter Johnson.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, Walter Johnson. Please
Yeah.
accept your award.
Steve Smith.
And like 4 Walter Johnson stood up and was like, me? Like
Yeah, which one of us?
there was only one Honus. But yeah, that's pretty neat. 1936, huh? That's when the HOF started with the baseball.
Yeah.
Wow. Baseball's been around for a long time.
This week in history, sometime in history, our president, William McKinley, was born. He was our 25th president. Do you know?
William McKinley? He was president for like a week. Seriously, he got
Yeah.
like shot in the office.
In office.
Yeah. He got shot at the World's Fair.
Is that true?
Yeah, in Buffalo.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know a lot about history.
I do.
I knew this would be right up your alley. I knew this would be something you would know.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can you guess when he was born? When was? Do you know when he was president?
When he was president, like 1913, 15, maybe something like that.
Sounds good. He was born this week in 1843, and he became our 25th president
What year?
in 1843.
That's what year he was born.
Oh yeah, you want to know when he was president?
President. Well, because you got to be like 35, so he might have been like it might have been in like the 1919 or something like that.
William McKinley was our president from March 4th, 1897 until his assassination in September of 1901. So he was.
Oh, so he had a full term.
He had 6 months into his second term.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Who was his? I think the guy after him. I think assassinated too.
Theodore Roosevelt?
No,
No, I was kidding.
I don't know.
Anyway,
See if I was right about the Buffalo thing.
he was fatally shot and wounded in September of 1901 inside the Temple of Music on the grounds of the Pan American
Yeah, that's like
Buffalo,
a World's
New
Fair.
York. Yep.
All right, so at least I got that.
Shaking
part
hands
right.
with the public when he was shot by an anarchist.
Huh. Well, I got that part right. That's cool.
Huh.
Good for
Interesting.
you.
There's a nice
That's a representation. Huh?
artist representation of it.
Looks like he's doing a little jig there.
It's like dance.
Dance with me. I'm gonna shoot you instead.
They're trying to hold him up. Like,
Right? And
we
then
getting a Bernie's with him.
and then here comes the bellhop. Can I help you, sir?
Can I get you water? Maybe some gauze.
Good old McKinley.
So what else we got here? We have this week in history. Kansas was admitted to the Union.
Oh yeah.
How long ago do you think they became our 34th state? I'll give you a hint.
Well,
It
they
was in
would've-
18 something.
it was 19 something.
18
something. Well, they would have been part of like would have been after. I'm gonna say like 1891 or something like that.
It's a pretty good guess. 1861, Kansas was admitted to the Union.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right.
Um,
I'm not too familiar with Kansas history.
no, I don't think there's a lot of Kansas fans out there.
You might be wrong about that.
Anyway, in this week in 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded. Do you have any memory of that? Were you old enough to
well,
like?
I was 3, so no.
Okay,
But I was. I mean, I'm aware it happened.
sure.
So
I had to ask. That wasn't an old joke. Speaking of old, Henry VIII of England died this week in history.
Oh,
And
yeah?
he was succeeded by his 9-year-old son, Edward VI.
Oh, nice.
When do you think that happened? Henry VIII of England. He
What?
died and succeeded to his...
When did he die?
Yep.
I don't know, 1789.
1547.
Oh, okay.
All right, what else we got here?
That was kind of a hard one. That's
Yeah.
like Final Jeopardy.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the $500.
Yeah, $500. Holy crap. We're in the oldies now?
Winston Churchill died at the age of 90 this week in history.
He lived to 90?
He lived till that surprised me also.
Wow. Good for him.
1965 is when he died this
Oh,
week in
wow,
history.
look at him. Good for him. I didn't know he made it to 90.
Gandhi
That
was
fucker
assassinated this week.
Did he? Really?
1948.
Huh. Well, he was probably a little bit better of a person than Winston Churchill.
You think?
Yeah, probably. Winston Churchill's kind of an asshole. But he was...
People like to quote him.
Gandhi?
And Winston Churchill.
Give me 2 Winston Churchill quotes.
They took our jobs.
Close. He's actually got a real... I think it's his deathbed or something when he was about to die. He was like, or I don't know. It might not have even been him, but somebody was... I chased women, smoked cigars, and drank. And then he's like, but I didn't do enough. I don't know. Look it up because it's funny.
Here's my favorite one. I may be drunk, miss, but in the morning I will be sober and you'll still be ugly.
See, he was a nice guy. But, I mean, he was a hell of a guy. But, I mean, I just think, he had to be like the toughest guy, one of the toughest guys in the world, what he was presented with.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the main fixture in World War II. You know what I mean? I mean, he was more instrumental than probably, Wilson and the guy after him.
Sure.
Truman. Or, God damn it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes drugs and history don't mix. Anyway, let's moving on.
Okay, so we'll get into some lighter topics here. Paper money was introduced in America this week in history.
Oh, yeah?
Paper money. In 1690,
Yeah.
we got our first paper money.
Well, it wasn't. It would have been Spanish money, probably.
Think so?
1690. Yeah, that would have been like...
I just thought that's crazy that they were able to print money. Like,
well, they weren't... I doubt it was printed.
you don't think?
I bet you it was just something that you... I'd actually be interested to find out, but I don't think it would have been printed.
Well, maybe that'll be for next episode.
Okay.
And this week in history, football, the new football rules were set. Fields shortened to 100 yards. Touchdowns counted for 6 instead of 5 points. 4 downs instead of 3, and the kickoff was moved from midfield to the 40-yard line.
Holy shit, what? They play... Whoa, that's why Canada has such stupid fucking rules? Dude, the Canada plays with a longer field? I don't know.
The original rules?
I don't know about touchdowns. Yeah, they only got 3 downs. I don't know where they kick it from, but Jesus.
When do you think they went into effect, the new football rules?
1940? 1912? And here's Canada not 100 years later, still not.
Right. They're still not with the times.
Fucking Canada. Dumb assholes.
So we got the last one here. We got 2 more. President Kennedy banned all trade with Cuba.
Yeah. Well, that would have been like in the 50s or 60s.
62.
Yeah.
And American Airlines began its first coast-to-coast flight, serving on a Boeing 707. When do you think that was?
That could have been in like the 40s. Maybe.
American Airlines.
Maybe, I'll say late 40s, early 50s.
1959.
Oh, well. Air travel has come a long way.
Right?
That's one of the craziest things in the world, where it went from like a little Kitty Hawk Flappy Bird airplane to space
made
flight.
out of like toothpicks and paper mache.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much made out of like the semen of the Wright brothers. And within 100 years, we have bitches in space.
F-16s and
stealth bombers. It's crazy. Flight. If you ever looked at it and got into it and like really, like look, I don't know. Flight history is like it's
interesting.
It's rapid and it's just it's interesting.
They still haven't figured it out in the Asian areas.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there's just one Asian airline in particular that doesn't know what to do with the flights.
I found an article not too long ago. They were talking about the worst airlines in the world.
Yeah, it's got to be probably something, or like some Middle Eastern airline. You know,
Most
like
of them, yeah, most of them. You probably may have
Turkmenistan Airlines. Yeah.
Turkmenistan Airlines. One of my favorites is Terra Air.
Terrorist Airlines.
Let's see. I hate when they do this.
Uzbekistan Airways. Jesus, they don't even sound real.
Well, there's
These are like the movies you see. These are like the ones you see in movies around like Simpsons, like ones.
Hijack Air.
Oh my God, Tajik Air, Tajikistan. These are all like the old Soviet republics.
Lion Air.
Lion Air. Whoa, where's this from?
Looks like a European Union. Somewhere in Europe. Lion Air.
Well,
Scat
Airlines. What? That's their only plane in Kazakhstan. Wow.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to fly terrorist airline or Scat Airline?
Air Koryo? Supposed to be Asians. North Korea's airline. Only airline.
Was it North Korea?
Yeah, they have an airplane. U.S. Airways. Yeah, I believe it, dude. Dude, okay. One time when I worked in the travel industry for some time.
Yeah.
And I had to call the U.S. Airways Sky Desk, it was called, I think. And I was on hold for 8 hours. It was an entire shift of work.
I wouldn't have sat on the line that long. I would have hung up and called again or something.
That's you.
Yeah. You're like, I'm on hold, motherfuckers. I'll just sit here and collect my paycheck.
Sit here on hold, listening to this.
Your boss comes, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone.
I'm on hold, motherfucker. Yeah, they were like, what's going on? You're on the phone for 6 hours. I'm like, well, I'm on hold for this guy.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And they probably weren't too happy with it because it's a lot of that stuff is like metric, but fuck
That's
'em.
Crazy. I would have never have sat on the phone.
Oh, that was one call, 1 day, 8 hours.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I dream of those kind of days.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. So yeah, there's some pretty shitty airlines in the world. A lot of American. Not surprising.
Yeah, a lot of them are American, but Americans complain a lot.
That's true.
I never even heard of American Eagle. Oh yeah, I have.
They got one at
yeah.
Lambeau or at
Green Bay.
Austin Straubel, yeah. SkyWest, another one. I don't even think they're in business anymore. All right, enough with airplanes.
Anyway, yeah. Well, I brought that up because I'm flying to Orlando in like a month for.
Oh yeah, for your who are you flying on?
We are flying Scat Airline. No.
Nice.
No, we're flying United.
Okay. Are you flying out of Chicago?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have to connect in Atlanta?
Nope. It's nonstop
nice.
to Orlando.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
And I mean, we could have flown Green Bay to Daytona.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I mean, with hops and skips along the way. But,
oh, yeah. In Chicago and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Tennessee, maybe.
Right. But no, I thought, just drive to Chicago and nonstop flight, and the prices were, I mean, it was
Did
like
you just hold back some vomit there? What was that?
the prices were
cheap.
and the prices were like, I don't know, $1,000 cheaper than
Flying from Austin Straubel to Orlando.
Yeah.
Do you know what Orlando's airport code is?
MCO.
Yeah. Do you know what Nashville's is?
NSH.
PNA.
Is it? Crazy.
Do you know what oh man, there's one you can fly to like Fat Butt. Like if you fly it's like Fresno to like Butte, Montana, it's like Fat Butt or something like that. That was always fun to see and shit like that.
Nice, good times. So I've got some other little things we can do here real quick before
Tidbits?
the show ends.
Titty bitties?
Titties.
Skitty witty skitty wets?
How about the top 10 most stolen cars? I found a list online that shows the top 10 most stolen cars.
In America or in the world?
I want to say it's in America. It is in America.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I know that Camrys are always stolen.
Yeah. Camry is on the list.
Yeah. Okay. Probably like an Accord, I imagine, is on there.
Honda Accord, number one most.
Oh wow.
Yep.
The number one, huh?
Yep.
Jeez.
You know what else is on the list?
Like a Kia or something like
Kia.
that. Well, you just got to think they're going to be cars that are kind of like, I don't know. I mean, Hondas are good cars. Toyotas are good cars. I don't know what makes them so easily breakable into the wall.
I think it's the cars have
Is it just because there's just so many of them?
well, and I think a lot of like the higher end cars have like deterrents, have like car alarms built in, and like
Have like
GPS
during
tracking and
garages
shit.
and stuff. Yeah, I guess. What's number 2 there?
Well,
Subaru?
we'll start from the bottom up.
Is a Subaru on there?
Subaru's not on the list.
Is a Chevy on there?
Chevy,
Impala,
maybe.
Nissan Maxima.
Nissan Maxima, number 10 on the list.
Hey, nice. There it is.
Also in the category, Nissan Altima is on the list.
Nice. Wow, people like the Altima more than the Maxima.
8th on the
Wow,
list
and-
is the Acura Integra.
That's a nice car.
We got some pickups that like to be stolen. Our number 7
An
is
F-150.
Dodge pickup,
Whoa.
followed by the Dodge Caravan.
Nobody. Why would people be stealing caravans? What? I gotta get my kids.
Yeah, they're
But
just easy to. They're
Right.
and you can hide a lot of things in the back.
I gotta get my kids, but I don't have $2 for the bus. What do I do? Let's steal a caravan.
Number 4 on the list. Well, Dodge Caravan number 6, Toyota Camry number 5, Chevy pickup is number 4 on the list. Ford
That's just-
pickup number 3,
These are just brands.
and the top 2 most stolen cars are Honda Civic and Honda Accord. Most stolen vehicle. Now this is based on all car models.
So does Honda how is this claim to fame? How does Honda react to this?
That's a good question, but
What's the least stolen car?
it's a good question. What I did find out is that the list that I read was older model cars. So that was from like 2012 to like 2009 or like 1990 or something.
So old.
But
Some of
basically
those cars can't even drink yet.
the new cars, like the brand new, like off the showroom cars, the number 1 stolen new car for I think like 2012, I think is when this list was compiled. The Nissan Altima, most stolen car for brand new vehicles.
That's funny. Well, you know, and I remember, I think I've been in an Altima a couple times, and I think they don't. You can just you just have to be close to the car with the key in your pocket, and you
sure.
can just start it.
Cool.
So maybe there's some conniving, hoodlum standing close by, knocks you out.
Grabs your key.
Doesn't even need the key. It just knocks
sure.
knocks you out, gets in the car, starts it, and off he goes. You know what I mean? There's no key needed. You don't even have to,
Do they have the little number keys like on the? You pull the handle and there's like the little keypad numbers underneath. Is that kind of car?
I don't know about that. That seems like if I ever had that on my car, I'd literally rip my door handles off. I'd be like, I have to go to the ATM. No, it's just my car. Doop 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 doop. Sorry, not recognized. Your car has now been locked, and I have to call Nissan support. Oh, hey guys, it's Matt in Green Bay. I locked myself out again. Oh, okay, Matt, what's your security password? Shit. Okay, can you answer this question? What was your first pet's name? Muffin. Oh, sorry. Shit. Mindy. Oh, and how does that spelled? Nope, sorry, that was with a lowercase. We're gonna have to get that reset now, and that's gonna have to go through systems analyst. That's a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. Fuck that shit.
Oh man.
Anything cool? Anything else happening in the world that we should know about, man?
Well,
I've been so fucking busy at work lately, dude, that I really don't even have a chance to watch the 9 o'clock news. Seriously, and all I want to do is see it for the hot weather girl, but Channel 11 has nothing but gay dudes. So.
yeah, it's always gay dudes.
So gay. Why are the weather people always like hot chicks or gay dudes?
That's just how they breed.
Oh,
How
damn
they
it.
make them.
Hon, I'm embarrassed. I used to want to be a weatherman.
Me too.
Not on TV, though.
No, just
Fuck
like in
no.
the office, like
I wanted to,
looking at
realistically,
weather
at one point in my life, I wanted to work for NOAA.
Oh, sure.
The national.
I thought the guy with the arc.
Well, him too, because he's him and Poseidon are like blood brothers.
Sure.
But yeah, they monitor the Atlantic Ocean.
Sure.
That was my goal, but sometimes
Sounds
goals,
kind of cool.
Sometimes goals don't get met. Sorry, Mom.
All right then. So I've got a couple news stories that you might see on the 5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, but most of these are probably on like the back page of.
Oh, that's fine.
So,
I'm gonna have to cut that one out.
nope.
Oh.
That's why I
Do
stay
you-
silent.
Do you know that a yawn is 1/10 of an orgasm?
Huh. Crazy. That's information. What's a sneeze? 8/10 of
Sneeze?
them? Oh, okay.
Maybe it is a sneeze.
All right.
One of the two.
Do you know who...
Did you ever sneeze and cum? It
No.
actually is pretty fun.
Is it?
Yeah. And I've never yawned and jizz, so I'm thinking it might be sneeze. It might be sneeze. A little, that's
Yeah.
1/10 of an orgasm.
Sure. Just put you the rest of the way over.
Yeah. The French call it the little death. But they're
Okay.
weird.
Yeah. I've got some news articles. Are you familiar with Brad Culpepper, I think his name is?
Dante Culpepper's father? Stepfather?
Mm,
Kidney donator?
isn't Dante Culpepper black?
Well, is Brad Culpepper white? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this gentleman.
Brad Culpepper is
Okay.
he used to play for the Vikings. He was a defensive player for the Vikings.
Do they only get Culpeppers?
He also played for Tampa Bay
Oh.
as recently as 1998. He played I feel like he played for somebody else. The Bears. He played for the Bears.
Wow, look at him. He was all in the NFL NFC North years and years ago.
Yep.
Good for him.
He was on the show Survivor.
Oh, okay.
Well, so the story goes, this guy he got out. He left the NFL. He got $175,000 workers' comp, basically because he was 89% disabled, is what they said. Is like what his disability rating was or whatever.
Wow.
He had back pain and all kinds of stuff. But
and
then
he got 170 like yearly.
$175 in workers' comp. That's just you get a lump sum check on that, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, so if you're 89% disabled, exactly do you get on the show Survivor?
How many years apart is this?
He left the NFL in like 98, 99, somewhere in that.
What year was he on Survivor?
In 2000, what does it say? 2013.
It's 15 years.
So you can go from being not disabled to like doing like robo
Dude,
motion.
fucking Christopher
like
Reeve
diving
walked
water
before he died.
Yeah, well, that's one way. That's like the other.
I'm just saying, dude, 15 years is a long time. I mean, he was a big fat motherfucker when he was playing football. What does he look like now? Is he still big fat dude?
He looks like this.
Yeah, he's like a skinny, like, he's like an in shape guy
Got his
now.
shoulder. He's got like a shoulder injury.
Yeah, like, dude, like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, 15 years is a long time. You can,
Yeah.
like, clearly that guy lost a lot of weight. He might have, like, done all the PT that you have to do. I mean,
Well, basically, his insurance company is going after him for like insurance fraud because
that sounds about right.
they say that he willfully and deceptively provided false information to the doctors. So they're saying that his medical case was bullshit.
Well, I imagine he ain't gonna have to pay that back.
Well, that's.
Did he win Survivor?
No, he didn't win. And his wife was actually on there. She was.
Couple Survivor?
Yeah, a couple Survivor.
Weird.
Well, yeah, so it's just funny that, former NFL players are.
He was a star?
Well, used the
Pretty
word
liberal
loosely.
use of the word star there, ABC News. Dirtbags.
So there's that. So
Huh.
we've got.
I don't think he'll have to pay it back.
You don't think?
15 years is a long time.
Yeah.
I think any reasonable person would think that one person could go from being in chronic pain 15 years later
Sure.
with massive lifestyle changes could go to being relatively pain-free.
Well, they were saying
Enough to climb trees and battle for
immunity.
immunity.
He basically he was on pain medicine. He had his back hurt. He was just in a lot of pain. But he said there's a difference between like being in pain and being disabled, like being physically unable to perform tasks.
Yeah, and he might have been physically unable to perform that task in 1998. Like, you know what I mean? But here we go 15 years later. You know what I mean? Is that still the case? I mean, well, sure. I mean, if he had to get the test now, no, he probably could go and, run a mile. He looks to be fairly in shape.
Right. He looks fit.
But, being a 320-pound linebacker or lineman with a horrible back and shoulder injuries and concussions, yeah, maybe at that time you were fucking a little bit not so well for the wear.
Right.
So,
Well,
I think the guy's getting butt fucked.
well,
I feel bad for the dude.
Just his image of being like there's like newspaper headlines that were like, "You're a fraud. You're a fake. You're a criminal." So that's a bummer.
People don't understand the world.
So there's that. There's the story about the train masturbator.
Oh, I know that guy. Oh wait,
It looks like Pitbull.
is it? I wish Pitbull got caught jerking it on a train to his own songs. Pitbull only beats off to his own music.
Mr. Come On Everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. See, like, why can't those kind of rappers get shot? They gotta take like Tupac and Biggie, and like even 50 Cent like gets a lot of shots at him.
Sure.
What's Pitbull doing? Pitbull pisses a lot of people off. Why doesn't he piss the right people off? The fuck?
So this guy, he is a train masturbator. He was a train conductor.
Oh, he's in England. I fucking hate the British.
Yeah, the British are the worst. So anyway, this guy was he's on the train, and he left the train quarters and started masturbating on a pregnant woman who was sleeping in one of the passenger cars.
Nice.
So
real nice.
Basically, he claims that it was stress. He was relieving stress that had built up because he was training to be an engineer.
Well, that's my favorite way to relieve stress, but not necessarily on pregnant girls in public.
Right. Well, so this chick, she rides from New York City to New Haven every day, and she won't sleep on the train anymore because she's afraid it could happen again.
Well, pregnant lady, why are you sleeping on the train in the first place? You're going from New Haven, Connecticut to fucking New York City. You're leaving like one ghetto for like the Bronx jungle, concrete jungle. Well, fucking bitch, you deserve to get cum on. Maybe you got more cum on you instead of in you. You wouldn't have that problem.
So this guy's getting
it's her fault.
Basically, that's what I gathered from this.
Anyway, keep going. That poor lady.
Why can't you can't wear those kind of things on a train?
Yeah.
Especially when there's sexual deviance on it.
Why would you be pregnant on a train, you dumb bitch? Didn't you know that dudes are out there just jerking their dicks to pregnant bitches? What the fuck? Lady, tuck that big baby belly away. Bounce around like that.
Yeah, good old time. He was about to take his final test to become an engineer, but now he was studying for the test when he started to have unwanted thoughts. I began to touch myself, and I felt ill with a headache. The next thing I knew, I was masturbating.
Okay, so what was he on, like ecstasy? What? What's going on with this guy? That guy had like did he have a nervous breakdown? Like, I don't think anybody that's gone to engineering school has ever been like, oh my god, I gotta beat it onto that girl. Like, I'm just so stressed out that I have to like unconsciously masturbate onto pregnant women.
Pretty much.
I think that guy is just a pervert.
I think I read this wrong. He Metro North Railroad employee masturbated on a sleeping. I thought he was a train.
You thought a train jizzed on the lady?
No, I thought he was I thought he was a train conductor, and then you said he was like going to be an engineer, like engineering school, which is no. When you said it, it made me question. Like, wait a minute. Maybe engineering school means that he was going to be an engineer, not to be a train engineer.
Maybe he wanted to be Thomas. Maybe he was tired of Sir Topham Hatt's shit, and he wanted to get and he wanted to have his own railway. You like that one,
Mr. Worldwide Train Service.
Everybody likes trains.
Fucking that guy. So
especially him.
How about the Poomageddon?
Oh.
So this is a whale, whale defense mechanism.
The good defense.
Which basically, so these people, you can't even look at them.
It's all over me. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's like a metric ton of shit. Oh my god! Whoa! What? What? Oh, whoa! That's so much poop. That's so much. I wonder what it weighs. That's all just... Dude, the whale had to eat that much to shit that much. Oh my god. You slit motherfucker, you.
We'll put that picture on the Twitter so you guys can see what we're talking about here. But basically, this is... these divers were in Dominican Republic, somewhere in the islands, and they were looking at the animals, and this sperm whale was not interested in the people being that close. So he let out the most massive shit all over. After a few waves of feces were released and stirred vigorously by the whale, the water was like chocolate milk. and I couldn't see my hand when I held it.
Oh my god. Wait. At first, it seemed like a regular bowel movement, but rather than continuing its dive down, it remained at the surface and continued to defecate for a length of time. It was like a professional writer wrote the shitting experience. "'Twas to the left of me was the corn nugget. I dived and dove, but it came at me rapidly. I couldn't be... And then it was betwixt my eyes, it was. It's like, what the fuck? Who's writing this? It's like a Dickens book. Seriously. The shat that...
That's how the English write, though.
A shat of two cities. Wow, I had poop in my eyes, mouth, wetsuit everywhere. I was soaked from head to toe. What? But after leaving the cloud, it quickly washed away and didn't even leave a smell on us. Yeah, okay. I did take an extra long shower. Yeah, weird. Just in case. You got shit on by a whale. And you're like, yeah, I took a shower just to be safe. Fuck you guys. You guys must be the dirtiest divers ever.
Somebody got a good photograph of it, too.
Right? Somebody got a really good picture of it. And look, you can even see like little poop particulates that are coming at him. Like, seriously, he's about to get into a big shit wave. This is the most disgusting picture I think I've ever seen. I'd rather see like a whale with like a prolapsed butthole than this picture. This is bad. And that guy's like swimming. He's like frolicking. He's like, this is fun.
He's swimming away for his safety.
And the whales come to the surface to poop.
Big old smile on his face.
Right? I don't. Why is he going to the surface to poop? It's just gonna sink down on him, no? Or do whales leave big shit slicks on the surface? And people are like, oh, look at that, an oil slick. Let's clean it up. And the whales are kind of laughing at themselves that we've been cleaning up their shit for millennium.
Oh my!
You never even think about it. Whales poop. So do dolphins. The sea is full of shit.
It's full of shit and cum.
Shit, garbage, and like nuclear waste, probably. What if whale poop is only...
What the continents are made out of?
Yeah, what if whale pooping in water is like throwing water into a grease fire? And it's just like... Oh, man. Yeah, just Poomageddon.
Look out. So there's that. The shitting whale.
That's... I hope that whale... If that whale beaches itself, there are going to be some unlucky surfers or whoever finds beach whales. Because when you die, you shit yourself. Sometimes.
My next article here is this kid here. He was to go to his friend's birthday party. So he RSVP'd that he would go to the party, and they didn't end up showing up. So the parents of the people that were throwing the party sent the kid an invoice for the party that he RSVP'd to and didn't show up to.
What?
So basically, it's like 16
pounds. Wow, that's like $20.
And they were going to go on a ski trip in Plymouth, Cornwall. So somewhere in England or some bullshit place. Canada? No.
No, that's in England.
So basically, the guy said, I couldn't make it to the party, and they had no way of getting a hold of the parents, and so sorry, kid didn't show up. And then days later, the mother of the student that had the party made an invoice and charged this kid for not going to this party. So here's the invoice. Child party no-show fee, 16 pounds.
I'd like to see $15.95 even. I'd like to see the contract.
Verbal.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, how ridiculous is that?
Wow, what small claims? Oh wow.
Yep. So there's that.
Wow, that's ridiculous. I don't think too that. Wow, where do you got to prove? Wow, that's insane. That's just retarded. I'd fight him. I'd be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? You take me to small claims? You're gonna waste your time for $15? All right, that's fine.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So there's that. Another ridiculous thing. This one involves our government. 3-year-old was told he makes too much money from Medicaid.
Makes sense.
So this kid basically they got a bill. Colorado, they said that the kid made $6,500 in the last year. From the
really
part way of the year, And basically that amount of money, $6,500, would disqualify this kid for his benefits. So this kid's 3 years old.
Who's paying him?
That's a good question. So basically, the parents are worried, they're going to cut his Medicaid. Well, then what happens if he breaks his arm or something happens to him? They can't afford it. They can't pay for it. So, and if it gets cut off, if the Medicaid gets cut off, it's a hassle to get it reinstated, to get it, even though the internet or the government screwed it up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're fighting it. It took a phone call from the Denver news station on the couple's behalf to kind of get, like, they weren't doing anything about it. The Department of Labor and Employment said, you need to call the company that paid your kid and get it straightened out with them. And they're like,
data entry staff made a typographical error that was probably just one number different from the correct social. Yeah, okay, that's how are you gonna prove it?
Yep. So,
well, sucks for that.
Kind of the joke is, so where's all this money you're hiding from me, kid? And the kid's just like, I just want to play with my toys.
What a cute kid. He just wants his toys and cancer medicine.
So the lady from the Jefferson County Humane Society, the Jefferson County Human Services, says that basically anytime something like this happens, it automatically generates a letter. They don't really, it's all automated. So even if it ends up being a 3-year-old kid, it's just everybody gets the letter.
Good old Medicaid.
So there's that. I got one other video to show you. So this lady is, she's trying to get on the ferry, visit her family or something to that effect, and maybe she got there late. Maybe she doesn't have enough money for the ticket. Something causes sort of a ruckus. So here we go.
Excuse me? I don't care who gets involved. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no understanding. You have people to be there with this.
This is my favorite part.
You know what it means to people.
No feelings for people.
Whoa, dude.
What would you do if you saw somebody like that? Just freak out at the airport or freak out to get on the boat.
I have people on my job that
do that regularly.
Yeah, that's like my job on the phone.
You don't understand. You don't have any feelings for my situation.
Yes.
Fuck, man.
I deal with that regularly.
Really?
Yes. And
I'm
it's
sorry.
the worst.
I can imagine.
And it is people like that who are like, oh my god, 10 minutes is an inconvenience. And I can't imagine, I don't know what her problem was, but I can't imagine it's not something that wasn't fixable.
Sure.
Fuck that lady.
People suck,
I hope
man.
she gets hit by that ferry. Fuck her.
So,
and I hope, yeah, fuck her.
I suppose her freaking out like that solved the problem.
Oh my
too.
god, dude, that was insane. She had a hissy fit there.
That was my favorite part was when she's walking out and she's just dropping F-bombs and like stomping her feet.
Stomping. Pom, pom, pom.
No feeling for people.
And then the guy videotaping just busts out
Just
laughing.
laughing.
Seriously, I wonder what the problem was.
So,
Oh well.
That's a bummer.
Sucks for her. Fucking privileged little cunt.
Mm-hmm. So I found this. A buddy of ours posted this online, and basically, the marijuana industry in Colorado is making so much money that they literally have to give it back to the residents because they're
Tax
just
surplus,
making
huh?
so much money.
Nice.
So I didn't really get to read the article, but it looks like $50 million in taxes is what they got. So they're gonna refund some of that back. Over the next couple of years, Colorado has issued refunds 6 times, totaling more than $3.3 billion.
Nice. Good for people in Colorado.
Isn't that awesome? Not only do they get weed, but then they get money back for
right?
it.
They get a weed refund.
You get a weed refund.
Right. You paid your weed taxes. Here's your weed refund.
And do you think we'll ever get to this kind of? Do you think this will be nationwide at any point, or nationwide minus Texas, or like nationwide minus Nevada, or so?
Eventually, I think there will be like the holdout states, mostly in the south. Maybe some in the northeast. Wisconsin will probably be pretty last place too.
You think?
It's a pretty conservative state. mostly for at least in the Northwoods. Madison and Milwaukee.
I feel like Madison's a really the
Madison,
opposite.
Milwaukee are pretty much like the only real liberal parts of the state here, but everywhere else is pretty like
Gun-toting.
yeah, like let's go hunting, like
Yeah.
weeds for anners kind of thing, like
Yep.
so. But you know, you make your own choices. It is what it is.
The pot refund would be about $7.63 per adult. So that's
Hey man, that's like
Pack of
a
cigarettes.
dinner. That's like a dinner.
Sure.
Like you get to go to like whatever, you know, like Subway, or like you get to go to like you get to chip in on a
you
Papa
and your wife
John's.
go in together and get a pizza.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's they could keep it. The state could keep it, and they could
yeah,
they
no,
could
they
buy
absolutely
like
could.
statues of themselves, and they could like seriously. But they're giving it back to the people, and I think that's great. Like seriously, that's how to run a government.
Yep. That's how you do it. So that's our show, basically.
All right, cocksuckers, it's time. You need to show us that you love us. Send us dick pics, leave messages, Twitter us. If you have my cell phone, you can just call me and tell me, but I'd rather you call the fucking phone. Anyway.
Do both. It's not
Yeah.
not that hard. I mean,
All right.
you're taking a shit. You got 5 seconds to just flip
Yeah.
your phone open.
Apparently, most of you are all some sort of shit poo eating addicts, whatever. Next time you're having a poo-nado, fucking hit us up. Make us famous. And I promise I'll say hi to every one of you. Kiss your mom. Love you.